My friends, today I want to share a story, not of fear, but of transformation. A story that begins quietly in a country many once underestimated. And yet, in 2025, it is starting to surprise the world. Pakistan, a nation once struggling with energy shortages, is now building something extraordinary, a future powered by innovation, independence, and courage. Around the world, global powers are watching closely. Some are surprised, others are cautious, because for the first time in decades, Pakistan's new energy vision is changing the rules of the game. It is not just about electricity or technology, it's about redefining what it means for a developing nation to stand on its own feet, to create and to lead. In this speech, I want you to see beyond the headlines. I want you to see the real story, how a vision built on renewable energy, smart technology, and regional cooperation is reshaping not only Pakistan's destiny, but also the balance of power in Asia. This is not about politics, it's about progress. It's about how one bold idea can inspire an entire generation to believe that no challenge is too big if the intention is pure and the goal is clear. So stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear is more than an energy plan. It's a lesson in leadership, in resilience, and in believing that the future belongs to those who dare to build it. In 2025, Pakistan's new energy vision has taken a remarkable turn towards sustainability and self-reliance. The country's goal of generating over 60% of its total power from renewable sources marks one of the most ambitious energy transformations in South Asia. This transition is not just about producing cleaner electricity, it represents a fundamental shift in how Pakistan defines its economic and geopolitical independence. For decades, Pakistan's energy system has relied heavily on imported oil, coal, and gas, making its economy vulnerable to global price fluctuations and political pressures. Now, with this new roadmap, the nation aims to break that cycle by investing in solar, hydro, and wind energy projects on a national scale. The government and private sector have launched several large-scale initiatives across Sindh, Balochistan, and Punjab, turning vast areas of unused land into solar and wind farms. The Yush Quaid-e-Azam Solar Parkafian in Bahawalpur, the OE Jimpur Wind Corridor in Sindh, and new hydro projects in Uhuk Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Gilgit-Baltistan are rapidly expanding capacity. Combined, these initiatives are projected to add tens of gigawatts of clean energy to the national grid by 2030. Pakistan's climate and geography provide a strong natural advantage. Consistent sunlight, high wind corridors, and access to powerful river systems, allowing it to move toward green energy faster than many expected. This renewable shift is also attracting international investors who are increasingly focused on sustainable projects. Chinese and Middle Eastern companies are taking a leading role in financing, while European renewable firms have shown interest in technology transfer and joint ventures. The emphasis on local manufacturing of solar panels and turbine components could also boost Pakistan's industrial base and create thousands of new jobs. Equally important is the social and environmental impact. By reducing dependence on fossil fuels, Pakistan can cut carbon emissions, improve air quality, and provide cleaner energy access to rural communities that have long faced shortages. In addition, this shift aligns with global climate commitments and strengthens Pakistan's diplomatic standing as a responsible and forward-looking nation. At its core, the renewable transformation represents more than an energy plan. It signals a mindset change. It reflects Pakistan's growing belief that true progress comes from innovation, sustainability, and independence rather than dependency on external resources or outdated systems. Pakistan's emergence as a regional energy corridor in 2025 is reshaping the map of trade and cooperation across Asia. The country's strategic location, connecting South Asia, Central Asia, the Middle East, and China, has long been recognized as a geographical advantage, but only in recent years has it begun to be fully utilized. Through a combination of regional agreements and large-scale infrastructure projects, Pakistan is now transitioning from an energy-deficient state to a potential EU energy bridge for surrounding economies. This new role is being realized through major cross-border energy initiatives, such as the Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC Phase 1, Casa 1000, and new proposed gas and electricity interconnections with Iran, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The concept is simple yet transformative. Instead of importing all of its energy needs, Pakistan aims to become a transit and exchange hub where energy flows in multiple directions. Hydropower from Central Asia, gas from the Middle East, and solar-generated electricity from Pakistan's own southern regions could all converge through an integrated transmission system. The Wikikasa 1000 project, for example, links Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan's hydropower resources with Pakistan's growing energy demand, providing clean and affordable electricity during peak summer months. Similarly, discussions around the Orotapi gas pipeline Air and potential new Iran-Pakistan energy routes reflect how Islamabad's position could become essential to ensuring regional energy stability. The Gwadar port is another cornerstone of this vision, evolving into a future energy and logistics hub. It offers landlocked Central Asian states access to the Arabian Sea, while serving as a potential re-export point for refined fuels, LNG, and green hydrogen in the future. This interconnectedness not only strengthens Pakistan's economic influence, but also contributes to peace building, as shared energy interests often lead to shared responsibilities and reduced regional tensions. European observers view this strategy as part of a broader Eurasian energy realignment, one that complements global sustainability goals but also challenges traditional routes dominated by older powers. By offering shorter and more cost-effective transit options, Pakistan stands to gain revenue, partnerships, and strategic leverage. This shift requires political stability and robust regional diplomacy, but the long-term potential is undeniable. The more connected the region becomes through Pakistan, the more interdependent and cooperative its future can be. Pakistan's approach to energy investment in 2025 reflects a major transformation in its economic partnerships and financial outlook. For decades, the country's energy sector was heavily influenced by Western financing institutions and multinational companies, often tied to strict conditions and limited technology transfer. However, the global energy landscape is now shifting, and Pakistan is diversifying its investment sources to build a more balanced and independent foundation. This diversification is reshaping not only the flow of capital, but also the dynamics of influence in South Asia's energy market. China remains a central player through the continuation of CPEC projects, but the new phase of cooperation extends beyond traditional infrastructure to include renewable energy parks, grid modernization, and industrial integration. At the same time, Russia has entered Pakistan's energy scene with investments in gas pipelines, refineries, and exploration agreements aimed at stabilizing supplies and reducing import costs. Gulf countries, particularly Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar, are also deepening their stakes by funding solar energy farms and green hydrogen projects, seeking both profit and long-term strategic footholds in South Asia's growing clean energy market. This broader investment diversification signals that Pakistan is no longer reliant on a single block of partners. Instead, it is positioning itself as an open platform for global collaboration where East meets West economically. European firms, too, have shown renewed interest in Pakistan's transition toward renewables, offering expertise in energy efficiency, grid technology, and smart infrastructure. This mix of partnerships enhances resilience, as Pakistan can negotiate from a position of strength and protect its national interests without overdependence on one source of financing. The benefits of this shift are multidimensional. Economically, diversified investment ensures steady inflow of foreign capital and creates competition, that can lower costs and accelerate project timelines. Politically, it promotes balance in Pakistan's foreign relations by preventing dominance of any single external actor. Environmentally, it supports the shift toward cleaner technologies, reducing the country's reliance on coal and imported oil. This changing structure is not just about where money comes from, but about the values behind it: cooperation, sustainability, and shared growth. Pakistan's evolving energy partnerships reflect an emerging global order where countries pursue stability through diversity and where collaboration rather than control defines progress. Pakistan's integration of smart grid systems and AI-based energy management in 2025 marks a defining step in its journey toward modernization and sustainability. The traditional energy infrastructure, once plagued by inefficiency, transmission losses, and poor monitoring, is now being replaced by intelligent systems capable of real-time decision-making. This transformation is not only technological but strategic, as it allows Pakistan to optimize energy production, reduce waste, and ensure more stable power delivery across urban and rural areas. Smart grids are being introduced gradually across major cities such as Islamabad, Karachi, and Lahore, where demand fluctuations have historically strained supply networks. Artificial intelligence is playing a crucial role in predicting consumption patterns, managing grid stability, and integrating renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which are often variable in nature. Through machine learning models, the National Transmission and Dispatch Company, NTDC, and private energy operators can forecast electricity demand hours or even days in advance, ensuring efficient energy distribution without overloading the system. This predictive capability is reducing outages, improving response times, and cutting operational costs that were previously lost due to inefficiency or mismanagement. Moreover, Pakistan is working with several international partners to implement these technologies. Collaborations with Chinese, European, and Gulf-based tech firms have introduced AI-powered monitoring tools, automated substations, and smart metering systems. These allow both consumers and providers to track usage, detect faults remotely, and even trade excess energy through decentralized networks. In rural areas, pilot programs are using smart microgrids to connect small solar farms directly to local communities, bypassing the need for expensive national grid expansion. This approach is transforming rural electrification into a data-driven, cost-effective model. The role of academia and startups is also becoming significant. Universities are now developing local AI models tailored for Pakistan's unique energy environment, focusing on affordability and scalability. As a result, innovation is no longer imported. It is being developed domestically, supported by government incentives and private incubators. This technological leap brings Pakistan closer to the standards of advanced energy economies, making it one of the few developing nations using AI as a core part of its national energy policy. The combination of renewable power, intelligent systems, and digital governance demonstrates how technology can become the foundation of economic independence and climate responsibility. Pakistan's pursuit of energy. Independence in 2025 represents a major turning point in its economic and political trajectory. For decades, the country's growth was constrained by a chronic reliance on imported oil and gas, which drained foreign reserves and left the economy vulnerable to global price swings and geopolitical instability. The new energy plan aims to reverse this dependency by producing cheaper, cleaner, and domestically generated energy. Through expanded investments in hydropower, solar farms, and wind projects, Pakistan seeks to achieve a level of self-sufficiency that not only strengthens its economy, but also redefines its strategic position in the global energy hierarchy. At the heart of this transformation is the concept of energy sovereignty, the ability of a nation to control its own production and distribution without external pressure. Pakistan's focus on renewable energy sources and regional energy integration reduces the influence of imported fossil fuels and global market volatility. With local power generation increasing, the country can redirect billions of dollars once spent on fuel imports toward industrial growth, innovation, and public infrastructure. This shift also makes Pakistan less dependent on international financial institutions that traditionally dictated its energy policy through loans and conditional agreements. The plan also has a social dimension. By expanding localized and decentralized power generation, small communities, particularly in remote and rural regions, gain direct access to electricity, improving education, agriculture, and healthcare outcomes. These communities, once burdened by frequent load shedding, are beginning to experience more consistent energy supply, encouraging small-scale industries and entrepreneurship. As local energy capacity grows, Pakistan's export potential in green technology and surplus electricity to neighboring countries may also become a reality. Economically, reduced import dependency strengthens the national currency, stabilizes inflation, and provides long-term fiscal space for development projects. Environmentally, it aligns Pakistan with the global movement toward net zero emissions and sustainable growth, allowing it to contribute positively to global climate objectives. Strategically, this energy independence shifts regional power dynamics, giving Pakistan a stronger voice in international trade and environmental diplomacy. The idea is not to compete with global powers, but to stand confidently among them as a nation capable of sustaining itself through innovation and self-reliance. This approach signals maturity, a deliberate move from survival-based energy policy to one built on sustainability and foresight. The global reaction to Pakistan's new energy plan in 2025 has been a mix of cautious concern and strategic optimism. For many Western analysts, the country's sudden rise as a renewable energy-driven economy signals a significant shift in regional and global dynamics. Traditionally viewed as an energy-dependent nation struggling with deficits, Pakistan's transition toward cleaner, locally produced power and its growing partnerships with non-Western states have attracted intense attention. Some interpret this as a potential challenge to the existing energy order, especially given Pakistan's position at the crossroads of major trade and resource routes. However, others see in it an opportunity for collaboration, innovation, and shared growth, particularly in the fields of sustainability and technology. Global powers are increasingly aware that Pakistan's energy transformation could reshape trade patterns across Asia. A self-sufficient Pakistan, capable of supplying or transmitting affordable energy across borders, can alter the balance of dependency in the region. For nations that have historically viewed energy routes through a lens of influence and control, this development introduces new strategic considerations. Yet, it is equally true that the same transformation could open doors for cooperative ventures. European firms focused on renewable energy technology, for instance, have expressed interest in joint ventures that align with global decarbonization goals. The shift could thus evolve into a bridge between East and West rather than a dividing line. Beyond the political and economic dimensions, Pakistan's plan resonates strongly with international environmental agendas. Global institutions and climate alliances are beginning to view Pakistan not only as a developing economy in need of support, but also as a potential model for sustainable transformation in similar regions. This has led to increased dialogue with international organizations, offering technical expertise and green financing options that benefit both sides. Despite the geopolitical caution, there is a growing understanding that a stable, energy-secure Pakistan contributes positively to global peace and climate stability. As global powers compete and cooperate in equal measure, the narrative around Pakistan is slowly changing from a country defined by energy shortages to one shaping the conversation on energy innovation and balance. The world's reaction, though mixed, ultimately underscores a shared recognition Pakistan's progress in clean energy can serve as both an example and an opportunity in a rapidly transforming global landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on Pakistan's bold new energy direction in 2025, it becomes clear that this journey is not just about power plants or pipelines, it is about transformation. A nation once dependent on imports and external aid is now striving for sustainability, innovation, and independence. From renewable energy expansion and smart grid integration to regional partnerships and global cooperation, Pakistan is quietly rewriting its place in the energy future of Asia. This transformation carries lessons for the world. It reminds us that progress is not reserved for the powerful. It belongs to those who believe in their potential and invest in the right ideas. Pakistan's energy vision shows that when technology, purpose, and collaboration unite, even the most complex challenges can become opportunities for peace, growth, and shared prosperity. As we look ahead, the message is simple. The world does not have to fear change, it must learn to work with it. A stable, energy-secure Pakistan is not a threat to global powers, it is a bridge toward a cleaner, fairer, and more balanced future for all. To everyone listening today, whether you are a policymaker, entrepreneur, or student, remember that innovation begins with belief. Pakistan's story in 2025 proves that when a nation dares to think differently, it can inspire others to do the same. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your faith in dialogue over division. May we all continue to build, cooperate, and move forward together with understanding, with vision, and with hope. Good luck to everyone working for a sustainable and peaceful future.